Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blogs. So let's get to it. All right, you guys. So I don't have many topics today. I don't know if we're going to be breaking this up in two or not. We'll see as time goes along. First story up, let's talk about Cardi B and your boy Offset. It looks like these two have reconciled. Now, we know that a few weeks ago, Cardi B filed for divorce. She put out a video and said that nothing really had happened. It's just that she was tired of fighting and arguing and she just wanted peace. And, she's just done. She doesn't hate her husband. He's the father of her child, but she just wants to be single. No story ever really came out officially saying that he had did anything, that he had cheated. But a lot of us were wondering if that might be the issue. But like I said, no story that I can think of really confirmed that that was the case. Now, Cardi B just had her 29th birthday, I believe it is, and 28th or 29th. And she had a big party in Las Vegas. Some people are calling it a super spreader event. We'll see if that was the case. I mean, they actually looked like they had a huge space for this party. There were a lot of people there, but it did look like there was opportunity for people to social distance there. It was funny, you guys, because the party was the same weekend that Cynthia Bailey's wedding was. And I was scrolling through Instagram and I didn't have the sound on. And I saw all these people dancing. I just assumed that it was Cynthia Bailey's wedding. And then all of a sudden I see this woman dancing. She gets on the ground and she's twerking on the ground and she's got this white dress on and this long hair. Child, I thought that was Cynthia. And it was Cardi B. I was like, what the fuck is Cynthia doing at her wedding? Child, she doing all of this? And there was a whole bunch of like real, hood ass people kind of around her. And I was just like, child, is this what they was doing at the wedding? Like, is this it? Then I realized it was Cardi B. I'm sure people still got their eye on Cynthia Bailey and her wedding with #chill. And we're going to see if we can continue. We could eventually call that a super spreader event. Now they're saying that they're going to wait and see if anybody was infected from Cardi B's party as well. But at this party, she was there. You're in a celebratory mood, and the person that you are in love with, even if you guys may have been at odds at one time, they're there. Everybody's drinking. Everybody's having a good time. He gives her a Bentley, which is like, why do people give cars all the time? How often do these people even drive themselves around? Like, I don't get it. I don't understand the whole car thing. I understand jewelry, I love jewelry, but what do you do with all these cars after every year you get a car? What do we do with all these fucking cars? Anyway, he gave her this beautiful Bentley, and it had the car seat special made for the baby in the back. And, she did love her gift. As a matter of fact, that was one of the things that she cited when she finally did come out and say, I guess they're back together, that she missed him. He was her best friend. They just like regular people. They argue and they fight. And, some days you don't want to be married to their ass no more. Well, maybe you probably shouldn't file divorce. Maybe you should just try to work out your differences. And then if that doesn't happen, long down the line, after you've really tried everything, then maybe you should file for divorce then, because see, you go back and forth like this, people don't take you seriously. I actually thought that she was done. She may still be done, you guys, because ain't nobody withdrew any divorce papers as far as I know. Nobody has withdrawn anything. She says that, she misses the D, she misses him. And she just wants to be happy. And I'm all for relationships. I'm all for marriages. Yes, marriages and relationships get tested and go through things. But I've just told you guys that it'll come a point in your time in your life when you just want some fucking peace. You just want peace. And if that happens to be boring, sometimes it ain't as exciting as, all of this back and forth and arguing and fighting and all of that. If that's what it has to be, then so be it. But yeah, it'll come a point in your life where you just can't be a part of all of this. It gets to be too tiresome. And I don't know if she's there. They're young. 29 is young, and they have a lot of money and a lot of things at their disposal, a lot of distractions that normal people don't have to face. So I'm sure they have way more pressure on their relationship or whatever. I just hope that she's making the best decision for her and her baby. I know that Offset does not want to lose his girl. And I mean, you won't lose him or lose her if, you get some act right. And that's just really all it is. And Cardi probably has to do on her part too. I mean, it's not ever 100% anybody's fault. But, I think that Offset bears the brunt of needing to make the change in that relationship. And hopefully he's ready to do that. I can't. People go back and forth all the time. So I can't be mad. I just want everybody to be smart in their decisions. So that's what's going on there. No official withdrawal of divorce papers, but I guess it's out in the air that those two are back together. All right, you guys, so the Braxtons. Oh, I swear they get on my nerves. That is the most confusing family, and it's one of the reasons why I just never know what to believe with them, because one will be saying something and then the other one will be saying something completely, totally, 100% different. And it's just sort of like, was we all in the same room when the shit happened? Like, where y'all be coming from? So anyway, we know that Tamar and her boyfriend David have broken up because of domestic violence issues. They got into a fight in the car. She tried to kill herself. He called the police and the ambulance, and they came and got her, but he put out there that she was stressed, and she put out there that she was stressed from WeTV, and WeTV said that they would take her off the contract, and it was a whole bunch of stuff. We all know the story that's gone on there. Tamar is out of the facility, but she is still working on her recovery. And I will just continue to say that I just wish Tamar would just get the help that she needs away from social media and all of that. I guess it is difficult when you have family that are celebrities that are in the social media in their own right, who have a following, who have a voice. And, you get put back out there just from your family. Not that I believe that Tamar was going to just go away and try to heal. She's very much addicted, I believe, to the whole social media and getting validation from her fans and all of that. So I didn't never think that I would like for her to do that, but I never thought that she was going to just go and really try to get herself together. That social media is a intoxicating drug for people. So anyway, Toni Braxton posted a message that she sent to, we're assuming that she sent it to David, but she put it on social media, so he got it, trust me. But she calls him a ferret, she calls him a weasel, she tells him, keep the kids out of it, leave her and her family alone. Never says what the problem is. Okay, so that shit got on my nerves, because it's just like, either say the whole thing or don't fucking say it at all. That whole you and I know what happened way of things just gets on my fucking nerves. Okay, so she did that, and then we had Tawanda come out and co-signed what Toni did. Her and I guess her boyfriend or husband, I don't know if she's married or what, but basically saying the same thing, like, David, people don't even know the half of it about David, and Toni was right, and you shouldn't involve the kids, and also expressing her disdain for David. Again, nobody is fucking saying what happened. Okay, I'm assuming it has something to do with the kids, because that's what everybody keeps on saying. Well, we can only go by David's people so far, because David's people is the only one that has responded to this. They say that the reason why Toni is upset is because in this investigation, I guess, that the police are doing, So there were charges pressed. I thought there was just a restraining order. But I guess there's a charges pressed because there's some investigation that the police are doing. And David has told the police for them to focus on their investigation on Vince Herbert, because now this is just what I read. Okay, so some of it might not make sense, and maybe I might not be having it completely clear. But from what I thought I read was that David had told the police to focus more of the investigation on Vince Herbert's side, because he believes that's where Tamar is staying. Okay, and not to bother with Tony and the rest of the family, because he's just trying to get to whatever they trying to get to with Tamar, and Tamar is there with Vincent. Well, evidently the police, because they have a fucking investigation and they ain't going by what the fuck David is telling them what to do, they contacted Tony a few times, and it pissed her off. Okay, because I guess maybe they were asking questions to make it seem like possibly Tamar was a bad mother to this child. Like, I don't know, because like I said, nobody is ever saying nothing about what the fuck is happening here. We just getting the smoke and the clouds from what the issue is. So unless somebody has finally come out and said what it is, we don't know. Tamar did finally come out to defend David. She says that they're not getting back together, and she, is not trying to be back with him. They haven't spoken since August 30th when the incident happened. But she has to say that he was a good boyfriend to her when they were together. There wasn't any bad before, what happened on August 30th. She said it's very nice that her family is speaking out for her now. Okay, so she did put that in there, but she said, but yeah, David has always been there, and he showed up for her many times, and it wasn't anything bad. He was an incredible boyfriend. He doesn't deserve, the besmirchifying of his name by her family. Okay, and she just wants to do the right thing and let people know that, because, so then this is that part about the Braxtons that gets on my fucking nerves, because people, they don't, one will say something and the other one will say something completely different, but they want to kind of show us this united sister front, but there's so much problems within that sisterhood, and you don't never know what to believe, and it's just, so that is one of the main reasons why I have decided that I just can't with the Braxtons. Okay, I wish everybody well. Okay, is Tony still with Birdman? All right, I don't know what's happening with Tawanda and her man, if that's her husband or not. I know Trina stays pretty quiet. She done got married. Tamar with the drama with David, now him saying that she's staying with Vincent. I don't know. I don't know. I wish everybody well, but I can't get involved. Oh, and David wanted to make sure that people knew that his focus is on justice for Nigeria, and that he has an app called Suchi, I think it is, and it's to address the disparity in wealth in Nigeria, and ways to, fix that. So that is where his focus is on. He's not trying to, talk bad or get the Braxton family upset about his issues with Tamar. But that's what it is. But it was so funny when I was reading it. I was like, now why is we talking about the legalities of you and Tamar's domestic violence accusations, and you talking about this app? Yeah, that's why I can't with the Braxtons. What y'all thought about all of that? All right, you guys, so it seems like RyanHenry has gotten himself involved in a scandal. You guys, is Black Ink Chicago, is that still a thing? Y'all know I had to finally stop. I couldn't with that show anymore. I know that. I think Bondi and Ashley, I think they still actually reviewed that. They were still reviewing that show. Anyway, nobody is on right now because of the Rona. But slowly but surely, all of these shows are starting to make it back. Except for the VH1 shows. I guess VH1 was like, fuck all that. We ain't gonna get y'all niggas up in here getting sick, and y'all be trying to sue us. Shit. Because Love and Hip Hop is not back. Black Ink is not back. Like all of the, you know, the main franchises for VH1 when it came to reality shows, none of them are back. And I haven't heard nothing about them recording or anything. Okay. So it's kind of worrisome when you start thinking about, if I was those people on any of those shows, I would start to be concerned, because we starting to hear about people going back and nothing about them. But anyway, that ain't got nothing to do with the price of tea in China, child. So Ryan Henry has been accused by his best friend, Anthony Lindsay. I guess they're not best friends any longer. But Mr. Anthony Lindsay has accused Ryan of sleeping with his child's mother. I thought that it was the wife, but I'm believing that it's the child's mother. I'm not even clear if Anthony and this woman are still together. That hasn't been made clear as far as the blogs are even concerned. But it seems that Anthony, for whatever reason, was going through her phone and stumbled upon some text messages between her and Ryan, where it was clear that these two were sleeping together. They're talking about getting out the shower and how good it was, and, you know, it was fresh, and, you know, how it felt and all of this. So yeah, I think you can assume that if those text messages are real, then you could assume that these two were sleeping together. So he saw the messages. He was very, very upset. He then said that because he was distraught from that, coupled with him fighting a battle with cancer, and actually he's cancer free now, but evidently this affair happened when he was, I don't even know if it's an affair, because like I said, I don't know if him and the woman were still together. But this is his child's mother. This is Ryan's. Ryan is the godparent to their child, Anthony, and this woman. I think her name was Nina. He was the godfather to their child. And he felt very betrayed, and that he was so upset that he overdosed. He said he didn't want to kill himself, but just the strain of all of this coming down on him at one time, I guess he overdid it and overdosed. But he's okay now, but he's upset, and he's putting it out there on social media. Okay, posted all these pictures of him and Ryan, you know, Ryan calling him his brother, saying how, you know, he's glad he beat cancer, and he took him around with him to 20 different cities, I guess, for that Black Ink tour or whatever they were doing. And, you know, that they beat it together and we gonna celebrate. I mean, you've seen them on vacations together with the entire family, including the woman. Seen them on, you know, dad and son trips where it's just, you know, the father and the sons, a big group of them all going together. I mean, clearly these two were friends, all right, and good friends. And yeah, I guess he feels betrayed, and now he is letting everybody know. He says that Ryan threatened to beat his ass because he told Rachel. And of course, that just brings back memories of Ryan and Rachel and Kat, and, you know, when they told that he was sleeping with Kat, when they told Rachel, and how he just went crazy and wanted to beat up the producers. And remember that episode, okay, him act a complete fool. Even though you are guilty, you did sleep with Kat, okay? You more mad that they done busted you, you know, they blasted you on the show than the fact that you did it. You should have done it. So, you know, when he said that Ryan Henry has now threatened him for telling Rachel, well, it's just like, well, that's typical. That sounds like Ryan. I can 100% believe that because of the way he behaved on the show. When he got caught with that. So he has it in him. It's unfortunate though. But yeah, you guys, do you guys know if this guy is still with the with the baby mom? I mean, it doesn't really matter, because in friendships, you know, you just would hope that your friend don't take your sloppy seconds. You know, this is my baby mama. Like, we was in a relationship and now you fucking her. Like, that's not a good look. Maybe Ryan felt like, well, y'all not together no more. And You know, I couldn't do that. Like, once they've had, my friend has had that person, then I don't want nothing to do with them like that. But, you know, people out there, some people think that it's okay, that it's fair game if they're not together. If it was so okay, then why was it a secret? You know, if you're gonna be out there like that, then, you know, let everybody know. So I guess that's why Anthony Lindsay has felt betrayed and he's upset. And that's what's going on there, you guys. But yeah, not surprising for Ryan at all. All right, you guys, so a few people asked me to talk about the Billboard Awards. You guys, I had no idea, no clue. Did not know that the Billboard Awards were they on regular TV? I had no idea. And I don't think I had been on social media that night. Sita had adopted a cat, and child, I was trying to help her around the house. She hasn't gone back to her apartment yet. And, you know, trying to keep the cat away from the dogs and all it was a whole lot happening in the house the other night. So, I didn't know. And man, am I disappointed that I missed it, because it looked like it was actually pretty entertaining. I saw Brandy. I just saw clips of the performances, and I did see Brandy. I saw her on the ground. I was like, Brandy, what you doing, girl, singing? I mean, sounded like her, you know, her beautiful voice self. But Brandy performed, and we haven't seen that in a long time. And the Doja Cat girl, and I know y'all done wrote her off, but that performance that I saw hers, I was like, girl, you did that. Y'all not her friend no more, right? Is that what's going on? That's what the general consensus is on Doja Cat. But y'all, she tore that fucking stage up. I guess In Vogue was there. I was like, damn, I missed my girls. And I saw some other performances, and it just made me feel like, dang, you know, because I love me a good award show. And the performances is what I really wish that I could have seen, because the award parts, I don't really care. I saw a lot of people winning, you know, like Post Malone won a whole bunch of awards. I think they said that Kanye won some gospel awards, like 4 awards for gospel artists. What y'all thought about that? I know some people either loved or hated his gospel album that he came out with. I listened to it twice. That's all. And I never had any desire to listen to it again. My brother was like, Roxanne, you got to listen to such and such song. You just got to. I was like, I'm cool. But my good girlfriend, Peggy, she just loves Kanye. She just loves him. So every time she talks about him, I just listen. I just be like, girl, that's your boy. Some ain't right there. But yeah, you guys, I am upset. I'm bummed that I missed it. Did I miss a whole lot more? If you guys watched it, you guys let me know what else went down there. But from what I saw, it looks like it was a good time had for all. All right, you guys, so this is sort of an update on a story that we did, man, maybe about 2 or 3 years ago. So Jesse Williams, you guys know him. He is the good-looking black guy with the blue eyes on Grey's Anatomy. Don't watch Grey's Anatomy. I can't believe that show is still on. I'm not saying you shouldn't watch it. I'm saying I don't watch Grey's Anatomy. I watched it like the first 5 seasons, and I was like, nigga, that is enough. I can't believe it's like on, what is it, on season, 15 or something? I mean, that shit continues to go on and on and on, you know, and Meredith is still there, about 62 years old. Anyway, you guys, so he was married to Erin Drake Lee. Just remembering the story, they used to live in New York, and they lived on the East Coast. I'm not sure if it was New York, but you know, they had a whole artsy fartsy life, and they were a cute little hip couple. And you know, he was an upcoming actor, and she was involved in the community and did a lot of things and all of that. I think is she a lawyer? Anyway, they left New York, or they left the East Coast, and they moved to LA because he was going to be on the show. You know, if you want to, you know, Hollywood, you need to be in LA. That was the place to be. But she didn't necessarily want to move there. She was finding herself having a hard time absorbing the West Coast culture, which is very much different from the East Coast. Wasn't making fast friends, just wasn't happy. Their relationship also was starting to go through its issue while Jesse was blowing up on Grey's Anatomy. You know, it was taking him away from home more, and, you know, industry events that she didn't feel comfortable at because she probably felt people were fake and phony, and it wasn't the same, because that's kind of the way that they feel about, like, New York. People are like, people from New York or from the East Coast feel like they are like the true blue, and then you go over to West Coast and it might be a lot of fake and phony and Hollywood types. And I mean, there's some truth to that for sure. But anyway, so she wasn't happy. Their relationship began to suffer. Then they broke up, and then we saw that Jesse, you know, he went and got him a younger, cuter little girlfriend. I guess Jesse that just wasn't his thing any longer. I mean, it didn't seem to be his thing any longer, because the women that he decided to go to was nothing like nothing like his wife at all. That's what I'll say. So anyway, they filed for divorce, and it was contentious, and it was not good, and it wasn't going well. He was ordered to pay $50,000 support. I think it was spousal support back when they first started. And then while they were going to negotiate and try to come to a settlement, that's what he had to pay. They had 2 children together, so we also had to deal with the fact that he has to take care of his kids as well. She wasn't working, I don't believe, in LA, so, you know, he was a sole provider, so, you know, you get more money that way. So anyway, they've been going through this divorce, I guess, now for 3 years, and they finally settled. And the settlement is that he will now pay her $40,000 a month for spousal support. No, child support. $40,000 a month for spousal child support, you guys. He also has $200,000 plus payments that he has to pay her. I guess is just those 2 lump sums, and then he's done as far as the spousal support is. But I think he's still going to have to pay the $40,000 child support for as long as he's working and has the income. And I guess she's not working and doesn't have the income and taking care of his kids and all. Now, he makes about $940,000 a season on Grey's Anatomy. So, not a huge blow to his pocket. I mean, $40,000 out your shit every month, though. What is that? 40? Let's see. So 40 times 12. Yeah, y'all. That's still not that much. 40,000 times 12 is 8 or 12 4. That's $400 and something thousand. What is 12 times 4, you guys? Why I can't figure this out? That's 8 and that's 4. That's $480,000 a year. Okay. So, well, I mean, that's half his salary. Well, that is a whole lot of fucking money, y'all. But he's still going to be okay. And for sure, Erin is going to be okay. She gets to keep the house in LA. I'm assuming he probably didn't want the house and have to take his kids out of the house that they've known all this time. So she stays in the house. They both have their own vehicles, so they will keep their own vehicles. And I guess there's other property and things that they'll split up. But yeah, it's a done deal there. And now Jesse Williams can go. Don't he look mean? I wonder if he's mean, you guys. He seemed like he might be mean. But Jesse Williams can go on. He is dating, what is the girl? You guys know the girl from Hit the Floor, or is that the name of the show? Anyway, he's dating that girl. But that is that. It's a wrap on Jesse and Erin.